Let me deal with something that's happening in our own backyard. Now, I mentioned this yesterday because I had just sort of found out in passing. There might have been an article in the Journal de Montreal. The Metropolitan, which is still standing, that's remarkable in and of itself. There's going to be some work done on the Met that's apparently going to force it to close in the westbound direction for a portion of the weekend. Now, if I read my numbers right, and Rick might have a better idea than me, Rick Leckner standing by, our CJAD Wall of Fame traffic reporter. Rick, is the Met the most traveled highway in the city, most traveled roadway in the city?
Certainly is.
Okay.
Coupled with the carry interchange.
So this roadway, the one that is the most traveled, is going to be shut down westbound. Why exactly, Rick?
Repaving, so they say, but let me remind you and our listeners that it was also closed the weekend of May 17th. So why they're doing it again? I heard something slip early this morning. Someone said that they didn't do a good job the first time, but and referred to COVID. But again, this was closed just a few months ago. So, Transport Quebec doesn't need any reasons to do anything, but it will be closed starting basically midnight Friday till 5 a.m. Monday, and that is westbound only, but a very important stretch from the Laurentian Outer Route right over to Cavendish, and that will have a serious effect on the Laurentian Outer Route as well, as it did in May. There's an added bonus here, though. It's called Royal Mount. This past weekend, I don't know if you're aware, Aaron, it was gridlock in the area.
Was it?
There was a lot of curiosity, understandably. It was a rainy weekend. Everybody went to Royal Mount, and a lot of people went to Royal Mount via Royal Mount, which was a very bad idea. So message number one, as you were saying, take the metro to Royal Mount. Save yourself a lot of grief. Or come in via Côte de l'Est. They spent millions of dollars redoing Côte de l'Est, but that was hardly used this weekend. But now with the closure of the Metropolitan this weekend, it's just going to be more chaotic. So be ready for added congestion in the area. All that traffic will be detoured onto the service road, by the way.
To recap, if you are coming, say, home from up north, right, and you're getting off the 15 to take the Met West, you will not be able to. You'll be forced onto the service road, and then good luck from there.
Yeah, so what you need to do is get off, for example, at Henri Bourassa.
Sure, and go that way. Sure.
Or go to just stay away. Do not count on the service road as an alternate. Some may say we'll take the 440 to Outer Route 13 and just circumvent the entire area. But the service road will be a parking lot, I assure you.
But wait, it's only until Cavendish. So the good news is you can get off at Cavendish and take that straight. Oh, no, you can't. No, I forgot Cavendish is still not open.
It's nice when you dream.
It is, isn't it? It's my bad. Okay, so you've been forewarned. The Met westbound from the Laurentian, from the 15th? Okay.
To Cavendish.
To Cavendish will be closed. Okay, well, good luck.
Westbound only, but again, remember Royal Mount and try, if you're going to Royal Mount.
Yeah.
Rule number one, take the metro. Number two, if you can come in via Côte de l'Est from the west, do it that way.
By the way,
use Royal Mount.
Yeah, for what it's worth, this idea of the metro, I'm not a big metro rider. We took it there the opening night, which was great. I understand for people who've driven by, you can see people crossing from the metro on that skywalk, right? It apparently has been packed. So that is clearly the way to go. So, Rick, 100%.
I spoke to a very nice lady who works at the Royal Bank on Royal Mount yesterday, and she can't get out of there. She uses the metro every day. The metro, which was one of the quietest stations in the city, is now probably one of the busiest.
That's de la Savane. Yeah, there was nobody going
That's de Sorel. De la Savane.
Yeah,
you're right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Well, look, as I said, you've been forewarned. Listen, while I have you on the phone, I was going to talk about this. I may not have time, but I was talking to a buddy of mine, and it seems like very quietly now, the city, or whoever's responsible for this, I'm going to say the city, at large, has decided to jack up the cost of traffic fines. So I know it now costs, because I was talking to someone who got a ticket, it costs $91 for a parking ticket in this city. And then I was told that if you do something like, don't stop long enough at a stop sign. I don't want to say blow a stop sign, but you know how it is. If you don't stop long enough, you can be ticketed.
Stop.
Yeah, a rolling stop. Right. A Montreal stop. That used to be $176. It is now $322. Really?
But Aaron, I got to tell you something. Because of all this road work and the delay, people are not driving well. People are increasingly
frustrated.
I got to tell you.
No question.
I took my bike today somewhere, and I had the right of way, and a lady turning left clipped my back wheel. Fortunately, I didn't. But people just aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
People are not paying attention.
Look, I don't know if it's time to do. I know they did this in Toronto because I read a piece last week that the idea now, traffic has gotten so bad, and obviously in Montreal with construction so much worse, there's a psychological impact here. We can laugh this off if we want, but it's real. And as you're saying, people, their frustration level is so high, and that results in people doing dumb stuff sometimes on the road. No question.
Aaron, it is a very, very serious problem. And so jacking up some of the fines on I don't agree on parking meter infractions, but moving infractions, got to do something.
I just think, my conspiracy theory here is, Rick, back not that many years ago, we were convinced that the Montreal, cops had a ticketing quota. Remember that story? Mm-hmm. And then we found out, it was denied and denied. We found out, in essence, it was true. I wonder if we're back now at that stage where the city is so short on money, budget deficits, et cetera. They're doing it. I can tell you that the city has cut back the budget of the police department so that there are less police available to do traffic. Okay. There you go. I'll tell you one thing. It's funny you say that. Yeah, not a word of a lie. Yesterday, looking out the window here, I turned around for a second at the corner of Papineau and René Lévesque. 2 police officers, motorcycle cops, forcing people who were driving down René Lévesque heading west, and when they want to turn up north, up Papineau to get to the Jacques Cartier Bridge, it's only one lane to turn, but there is a second lane you can turn into, and since there's no parking on the street, a lot of people do that. Well, yesterday, there were cops sitting here ticketing everyone who was turning left or turning right from the left-hand lane, and I thought to myself, is this really necessary? Because at the end of the day, even though the street's not marked that way, yet people have figured it out, it actually makes traffic flow better, not worse. The line to eventually turn right is half the distance, but they're handing out tickets. So I don't know what's going on, but there you go. I'm not sure.
They are short of money.
Okay. Good to know. I had no idea we can ask about that. Hey, Rick, thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Have a good afternoon.